Conversations regarding social media, regarding online leads. Today, I want to talk to you about, are you relevant? Right? What's going on? Are you relevant in the marketplace? Right? So kind of get ways for people to be talking about you, right? Have you reached your potential of being relevant? So the question is this, real simple. Are you relevant? Right? Because relevancy and let's call it remarkability are two things that you may never really thought of as being very, recent until recent. These are two things that absolutely may make or break your success in real estate. Really think about it, right? I mean, let's be honest. There's about 8 billion people in the market in the world. Are all of us relevant? Right? With 8 billion people, that's impossible. It's absolutely impossible for everyone to be standing out. But as a salesperson, right, who needs others to choose you out of a pool of people who are fighting for your attention, it is imperative that you gain relevancy and you are remarkability, right? So exactly what makes you relevant? Well, being relevant is broken down into two separate kind of categories. You're going to be it's being cultural relevance and social relevance. Okay. So no one wants to work with someone that they sense is behind the times, right? So cultural relevancy is being and seen in places where people are in today's society. Okay. Social media being the big picture here, right? But even more specifically, are you doing things like Reels? Are you on TikTok, right? Are you meeting your audience where they are right now? Or are you kind of sitting back and hoping that they find you wherever, right? Are you where you feel most comfortable is sitting back, right? We need to be in the forefront. So social relevance introduces a different type of kind of side to the equation, right? This is where you are doing noteworthy things and getting people talking about you. Are people discussing your latest campaign at their parties, right? Which brings into the concept of being remarkable. Is your service so extraordinary that people can't help but talk about it? Do you have listing videos that are shared dozens and dozens of times because of your creativity, right? See, these are the things that make agents relevant and remarkable. And in this increasing competition that we have, right, there are things that will separate you from the competition and basically get you to your goals. So I got here 5 ways or 5 questions to gauge your relevance, right? So the first one is, are you shooting video? Are you shooting video? Tom's been saying that, basically for the last 5 years it's a video first market environment, right? We're in 2022. Are you still not using video to communicate your message, right? Are you making it difficult on yourself by being culturally relevant, right? It is basically it's looking at this and saying, hey, if you're not using video, then you're making yourself really difficult for you to be in the forefront of people, right? The time to get over your fears right now and using video. Did you know 81% of the consumers today say that they're making their buying decisions based upon a video that they've watched, right? I don't know if many of you know Tim Smith. Tim Smith is a longtime client of ours. He is in the California area. He is in, I think it's Irvine, California. Now, Tim had one of the most expensive listings in that area. It was like a $20 million property. And the person that bought it because it was, she watched a video, and his video is almost like a music video, right? That he did on this particular listing. It was really off the wall, not your typical real estate video. And she was married. She was a daughter of a very rich billionaire who ended up, she saw the video, loved the video, ended up buying the house for $20 million. I mean, it's nice to have that kind of cash. And that's kind of an extreme, but it actually happened. I want you to think about that. That actually happened. Like, who buys a house because they were really impressed by a video, right? And in this case, a $20 million home was actually transacted because of that video. Really think about that, right? Are you using video? Are you being creative in your video, right? So are you shooting video, right? And really, quite simply, is video needs to be your primary strategy in everything you do when it comes to marketing, right? If you're still not, doing the video, right? If you're not sure, what to say, think about the questions that you're getting every day right now with your clients, right? What are those buyer questions? What are those seller questions? Could you shoot some videos just simply answering those questions? Like, that's all you have to do. Like, that's getting in the market, getting into video, right? Do you post on social media consistently, right? Including Instagram, including stories and reels and TikTok and Facebook and Twitter. I said Twitter. Yes, Twitter and LinkedIn, right? See, these are all the different social media platforms. Now, I know you have a favorite. That's cool, right? But don't be that agent that's only going to be doing what they like. You need to understand that people use different platforms and have a different experience on those different platforms. Like, it may resonate with your clientele, TikTok, right? Versus Facebook. Like, you don't know which platform really resonates with the people that you're putting the message out to. So don't be biased. Use all the platforms, right? It's not enough right now in today's marketplace for you to just simply exist on social media. You need to be engaging. You need to be posting. You need to be communicating. You need to use all those different platforms, right? And if you're not using those platforms, you know what? Hire someone. Let's be honest. If you're not going to do it, get someone to do it for you, right? It's not good enough anymore to just have the platforms, right? Now, the next question I ask you, I'm going to ask is, are you publishing content consistently? If you don't have a YouTube show, a podcast, a blog, right, with basically setting up a weekly published schedule where the content's being created and it's relevant, it makes sense, and it's being broadcast on those. If you don't have that, then I would say that no, you're not publishing enough content, right? So how often are you creating special reports to educate and inform the consumers in your marketplace? How often are you answering their questions on your Instagram stories? One of Tom's favorite posts is, hey, how can I help? What questions do you have? As a realtor, are you doing that, right? Are you sending people in let's say your geographical farm, some unsolicited CMAs? Are you doing that to your database, right? See, content fuels know, like, trust. And in today's market, right, we want to make sure that we're creating enough content to get noticed, right? Real important. Next question I wrote down is, are you pushing the envelope to become truly remarkable? See, ordinary doesn't get people talking. It's about getting creative here. It's taking some risks and doing things different that make you stand out. It's about providing kind of an extraordinary experience. It's about identifying and serving your smallest viable audience. People to whom can provide high specialized service that make them want to tell everyone about you, right? And how wonderful you are. And be honest, does that sound like your current business? Right? Is that what's happening in your current business? Right? Next question I wrote down, write this one down, is, what will you be doing next to take it further? What do you need to be doing next to take it further? See, relevance, it can be fleeting, right? You want to remain relevant. You need to invest yourself fully and committed to actively seeking out some sort of innovation, right? You need to live up to the leading edge and be open to any sort of new platforms that come along, right? If you look at our clients, Zach Fausto and Glenda Baker, they're killing it on TikTok. They've adopted that platform. They've built an amazing following. And because they saw this as an untapped resources. Will you step up when new platforms come up? Are you going to be innovative, putting out that content? Now, at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you, right? The possibilities of being irrelevant is not only depressing, right? But it's also very real. But here's the good news. That camera in your pocket, right? And a little, ingenuity, your relevance can entirely be at your control. You can be relevant again in your marketplace, right? Be that person, the go-to, be that person that everyone's talking to. Now, here's the thing. When you put out content, one of the most important things that you need to control is how do we get the potential lead to then connect with you, right? And what I would say, bare minimum, you need to have in your social media platforms, all the different platforms they're using, having kind of a menu of call to actions that people can take and look at, right? The most common things that we do in social media, in a video, we would always say, hey, link is in the bio. And people say, well, Danny, how do I have all these different links in the bio? How is that possible? How can I have, one video 1 week that talks about first-time home buyers, and then the next week I'm talking about mover-uppers and sellers, right? I have this call to action. Hey, go to the link. It's in my bio. Well, the link in the bio, I'm going to share with you right here, is something called Linktree. Can you guys see that? Let me do that again. It's called Linktree. See, instead of using your website as the link in the bio, you want to use Linktree, because Linktree allows you to create that menu. That menu is created. So whatever you're talking about this week, be it, hey, first-time home buyer guide, here is a call to action. You could have that menu all in here. As you can see from Tom, he's done that, right? Why is this an advantage to you? Because instead of changing all the different links and all your different social media platforms, all you're really doing is working on the one landing page, this one link tree. You just add in whatever brand new CTA, or if you have a number of CTAs already in place, right, you can put them all here. So it's just rotating the conversation in your videos. Now, of course, when I click on one of these, it's going to take me to a landing page. Very important. You need to establish landing pages. What's a landing page? A CTA landing page, write this down, is whatever it is that you're selling to the client. Now, this can be, hey, would you like to find out what your home is worth in today's market? So let's call it a free CMA. That could be a call to action. Another one could be, hey, the 33 strategies to get your home sold in today's market. That could be an example. Or the 33 tips to maximize the sale of your home. Or the 3 pitfalls to avoid when purchasing your first home. Whatever that caption is, whatever that hook is to try and get people to say, yes, I want to find out what are the 3 pitfalls it is that I need to avoid when buying my first home. Now, whatever that special report is, or that call to action that you're putting in, you're going to then just kind of give it a little bit of a highlight. This is what you get. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing, you don't give all the information. You again upsell what it is that they need from you. And of course, the idea behind this is to get them to fill in their information. And once they fill in the information, it's basically, I'll provide you this special report as long as you give me your contact information, so I can potentially, court you into becoming a client. So the idea will be to create as many CTAs that make sense to you. And as I can show you here for Tom Ferry, he has 14 different call to actions to attract brand new realtors. You could do the same. Like, you really could, first, find out what your home is worth, first time home buyer's guide, any one of these, right? You can literally, they're all exactly the same, to be honest with you. If I click on, I already showed you the 33 ways. Let me show you something else. How about this? Time management, right? If you're going to notice is the format is exactly the same. The format is exactly the same. No difference. All right. If I scroll it up a little bit, you'll see it even better. Boom. They're exactly the same. Okay. So, and then the cool thing with this is you don't have to be limited to special reports or first time home buyer guides, because that's what that is, right? Or a seller's guide. You can actually use case studies, which I think is brilliant. If you recently sold a home in your marketplace, you can say, hey, here is the 103 Norman Drive. Here is the how we sold our home case study. And you can bring it down. The 3 biggest stumbling blocks that the seller avoided when selling their home, right? How they made $3,000 more in some slight changes, blah, 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 whatever you want to sell them idea. Hey, get your free report, and it's right here. So what we're doing is we're creating landing pages and then linking all your social media platforms through Linktree, right? This is a must in the online world, okay? There needs to be a link between your social media platforms to being able to simply connect. And this will include YouTube. If you go into YouTube, right, on the main page of your YouTube channel, it has links there. Instead of using your website as the link, you put in a link tree. And that way people can just click on it. In fact, in your link tree, there are software that you can just set an appointment with you right there and then. How amazing would that be? Right? And of course, every single platform that you use right now, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they all have a little space for your website. Do not use your website, use this link tree, because you can have your website right on that link tree. It's a menu. All right, folks, does anyone have any questions regarding being relevant and how you're setting up and kind of putting everything together with your social media platforms? No, you guys all good? Oh, I know it's hump day. You guys are all tired. I know. All right. So if that's the case, please unmute yourself. Everyone, please unmute yourself. Loud and proud. What day's today, baby?
Money making day.
That's right. It's a money making day. So what do you have to do in your business right now to help you move the needle? You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow. Thanks so much.